Hi, so in this week's vlog from Renew Wellbeing, I'd just like to talk a little bit about variety and choice in our Renew spaces. One of the things we've come to realise in every space that we've got is that it's really important people feel able to make a choice for how long they stay, for what activity they'd like to do, for what sort of space they would like to spend time in. So we always have a quiet space like we talked about last week, and we also have choice within our sociable space. So you might have some larger tables, some smaller tables, some quiet little corners for 3 or 4 people, maybe a larger table with something else going on. When you're doing a renew space, please try and make sure that people can come in and find what they feel comfortable with and stay for as long as they would like to stay. The problem with just having one big table and everyone joining in is it can be lovely until it becomes a little bit exclusive, where everybody knows each other so well that it's hard for the stranger to join in. Also, when we start just talking about what we know already about each other, that also can leave out the person who's new to the group. So making sure that we're talking about the things on the table, making sure we've got variety of things on the table, that we maybe introduce a new activity, ask around the room and see who's got another crafty idea or making idea or something that they're really good at that they would like to teach. Just keeping that variety, but also some of the same things in the same place all the time, like the jigsaw, like the colouring, making sure that there's always something familiar for people to come into. Here's one of our centres in Wales and a little film about something they got up to. I rather loved it. So enjoy this and then we'll talk a little bit more. Isn't that wonderful? I think at Renew Anon they had some specialists in with the equipment and the specialist knowledge needed to be using sharp tools like that. But you might have that in your community. You might have a group that could bring and share a skill that they've got to just even for a one-off. And obviously that whittling went down really well. I wouldn't mind trying it myself. But I think you noticed in that film too, there were other places people could go to just to be on their own or to be with one or two others. So I hope that's helpful to see around another space. Here's a few bits of advice from some of our other Renew hosts.
I've been conscious recently in our space that we always tend to sit at the same tables, doing the same thing with the same people.
Interesting.
And so the last time I was there, I made a conscious effort to go around the different tables. I tried to help do a wee bit of the jigsaw, and I went and played Scrabble instead. And that was great.
Yeah.
Just to be sitting with different folk. Because I think we all get quite sort of into our own way of doing things. And
that is really, really helpful. I can remember thinking the same as like, I don't really want to go and learn to do origami, but I'm going to make myself do it because keeping learning is one of the 5 ways to well-being. And also the exclusivity of our groups it's so interesting how difficult it is to join a group that feel like they know each other really well, even if they're quite welcoming. So actually making yourself go to a different table and do a different thing in a renew space.